Hi, this is Dora. I'm a volunteer for IFERS, Institute for Education Research and Scholarships. And today we're going to talk with Joseph from New Mercy Care Schools in Nairobi, Kenya. So, hi, Joseph. It's really nice to meet you. Could you tell me a bit more about yourself and the school and maybe show us around, explain what you're doing?
Oh, fine. Thank you so much. I'm Joseph Kioko from New Mercy Schools in Nairobi, Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
particularly in Mathare Slums.
Mm-hmm.
And New Mercy Schools basically comprises of three sections. The
Okay.
sections, the sections include, we have the preschool section,
Mm-hmm.
where we have children from 3 years to 5 years.
Oh, very
And
young.
yeah, that in Kenya we refer them to as PP play group,
Mm-hmm.
PP1 and PP2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the primary section. The primary section comprises of grade 1 up to grade 8.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
these children basically are from 6 years to
Mm-hmm.
around 12 to 13 years of
Mm-hmm.
age. And then we have the secondary section, which basically as is from in America is like grade 9 to grade
Yes.
uh, 12. In Kenya, we have from 1 to from 4. We refer to it as secondary
Oh,
education.
I see. I see. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and basically in this school, we we admit students who have challenges. They have most of them are those, maybe they are orphans, or they are in one
Oh,
way or another
I see.
affected or infected with HIV or AIDS.
Oh, okay.
Others basically come from very poor backgrounds. The parents are not able to raise,
Finance. Mm-hmm. The
to
school.
finance their school fees. And we provide them with a 1 day meal. That is, we offer breakfast. The
Mm-hmm.
breakfast consists of porridge and some snacks. And then in lunchtime, we also offer them
Mm-hmm.
lunchtime meal, which probably depends with the available cereals that are in the market.
Mm-hmm.
And we have quite a number of teachers that help us. We call them volunteers that
Mm-hmm.
help us in imparting knowledge in these children. So the school began early, the primary section began in 2013, and
Mm-hmm.
we began with 24 pupils. But now
7 years.
we have now almost 150 children that are learning in our institution. That
Mm-hmm.
is primary section.
Mm-hmm.
And after seeing the challenge of our children finishing grade 8 and
Mm-hmm.
they continue with the secondary education, which is
Mm-hmm.
very important in Kenya, we opted to start a secondary section for ease transition from the primary level to secondary level, where we began the secondary section in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2015, we began with around 19 pupils, and now we have almost 100 students that
Wow.
are learning in our institution.
I
That
think
is
it's
in this.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing what you're doing.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about your daily routine? Like, what does it look like? What do you do in a day? Like, how
Uh,
do you organize all that?
Thank you. Now, in the morning, we actually, the school reports at 7 a.m. That is
Mm-hmm.
when the children report to school.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, when they report to school, we start with the learning, the revision, the revision. And then few minutes to 8, we have morning devotion, whereby the
Mm-hmm.
children come together with the teachers. They pray together
Oh,
and
that's nice. Yeah.
give the Almighty the first priority in our
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day activities. Then from there we go for assembly. That is the assembly. We do it on Monday and Fridays only, and
Mm-hmm.
then the learning begins from 8 to around 10, when the
Mm-hmm.
children break for breakfasts, and
Mm-hmm.
they are with porridge and some snacks. And then from there, they go back to class. They
Mm-hmm.
start up to around 12:30 when they also break for lunch break.
Lunch.
And yeah, and they are served the lunch. Then after lunch, basically they go back to class. After some play, of course, they play for some minutes after lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to class.
You
They
have to
study.
let children play, yeah.
Yeah. Then they go to classes. They study up to around 3:30
Mm-hmm.
or 4 at most. Then from there they come out for games. They start doing some plays, games,
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth. Particularly, they go to practice the football and also athletics, because we also participate in those competition with other
Sports
schools.
important, yeah.
The sports,
Also.
and then from there by 5:30 we finish our program, and the children go home, and then they come back the following day.
It's a good schedule, I must say. So what would you say are the biggest challenges that you and your students are facing?
The biggest challenge here is we are we are dealing with very vulnerable children, and
Mm-hmm.
these vulnerable children, their parents are not able to raise the money
Yeah.
to finance their education. And the
Mm.
biggest challenge is to get good people who can finance such
The
activities, like
funds, yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
do give funds, like probably feeding the children. Sometimes we also have the clinic, the school clinic, where the students, in case they fall sick, they are given some first aids and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the staff that are volunteers. We also need to give them some stipends, and it becomes a very big challenge when it comes to giving them some stipends to support their day-to-day lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other challenge is we are in a rented facility, and in this rented facility, we don't have clean water
Mm-hmm.
for children, and most of the also our classes do not have electricity at all.
Yes.
uh,
Yes,
the
yes.
electricity is only in this particular room where I'm
Mm-hmm.
seated,
Mm-hmm.
which operates like our small office for ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, that is a big challenge. And then the other challenge is about the classrooms. The classrooms are small, and then you find that we are scattered. We don't
Yeah,
have
you don't have enough space.
yeah, we
It's
don't have enough space, and sometimes we even end up asking the our neighbors to rent us some churches which are a little bit bigger, so
mm-hmm.
that we can accommodate the class that has many students. So those are some of the challenges, and we are just praying God that
Yeah.
if we can get funds, we purchase a building, and then we be able to construct spacious classrooms equipped with the electricity and clean water for our children. We can
Mm-hmm.
be very beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, it's really interesting how you managed to do all of that, despite all the obstacles, and it's really amazing. And
Yes,
yeah,
we are really trying because we want to help the children. This school basically started as a charitable organization. We are basically trying to help the children from the community,
mm,
because we believe that service to humanity is service to God.
exactly. Yeah, I agree
Yes,
with
yes,
you. Is
yes.
there anything else that you would like to change, except the funds part, and wish
If
it was different?
I wish if things were good and we get funds, the first priority would be like, if we can get a place, we get funds, we buy a place, we construct
Mm-hmm.
spacious classrooms, and then we also have constant remuneration of the teachers, the volunteers that we have, the staff. We have something like after every month, we have at least something to give them, their stipends, at least to better their lives as they help us help these children from Mathare Slums of Nairobi.
I see. You're
Yeah.
changing a lot of lives.
Yes.
That's amazing. If you
Yes.
want, you can show us a bit around, as you wish.
Yes, I want to take you around. I'm moving from the office. This is our main office where we operate from. And now this is the building where we host some of the secondary classes.
Students.
Yeah, the secondary students. So this one you can see is the room that we use as our science laboratory. It's too small, but it's the one we use as our laboratory. You can see
Yeah,
some.
I've seen the photos on the internet even about the laboratory and everything. It's great.
This is our what we use as our laboratory. You can see where we are keeping our chemicals. And then from there, we have our newest class in the secondary section where we have our Form 1s. You can see some, these are some of,
Hi. Hi, how are you?
yeah,
Nice
those are
meeting
some
you.
of the, yeah, those are some of the Form 1s. We call them grade 9 in your section, in your country. And then these are some of the students in grade Form 2, that
Hi.
class.
Hi. Nice meeting you all.
These are some of the Form 2 class. That is grade 10 in your section. They were in class doing some learning.
It's so nice meeting them all.
Yes, and
Seeing them on Skype, yeah.
uh, then now in this building we have other classes that are outside this building. I'm moving out so that I can be able to take you to the other class because we are separated by a road along our schools. So we have I'm now taking you to the highest level of the highest level class in this secondary section. That is the Form 4 equivalent to grade 8 in your class. They study in this room, and this is a church. This is basically a church. You can be able to see some.
Oh,
You
I
can be
see.
to see some learners. They are in class. They are in
So
class.
interesting.
Yeah, can you see them?
Yes, I can. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Yes, those are some of the learners in grade 4, and the teacher is there doing the teaching. So this is grade 12, all Form 4 in our curriculum. And that is the highest class in our school. Then I'm taking you now to grade 11. That is Form 3
Okay.
in our level, the secondary section. Yeah, this one now we also have another room outside the classes. Yeah, this is grade. It is called grade 11. You can
Okay.
see it. So
Yes, I
these are
can.
the Form 3 class. I
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, they are in
Hi.
class.
How is
Yeah,
class going?
yeah, the class
Good.
is going on very well.
Studying
We-
well?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
eh,
You can hear one of the students say their names. What's your name?
I'm Frida Wanzi.
Hi, nice
Yeah,
to meet you. I'm Dora.
yes. So this is grade 11 or Form 3 class in secondary section. So those are the 4 classes for the secondary section. It comprises of grade 9, 10, 11, and grade 12.
I see.
Then now we have the primary section. The primary section, I told you, it comprises of grade 1 up to grade 8, and they are found in this building. Can you see the building?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Colorful.
Yes, that is the building where we have
Preschool, primary, secondary, you even have the contact number, etc.
Yes.
So excellent.
Yes, that is where we
Like
have
kids.
our primary section, as well as the preschool. The preschool section. You can see some of our learners in class.
Oh,
you
so cute.
Yes. Can you say hi?
Hi guys. Hi. How are you? Hi.
Which grade is this? 4. This is grade 4, eh?
4.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
So that is grade 4 in a primary section, and we also I'm moving to another class, and you
Quite
can
a
see
few
them.
classes that you have.
Yes.
Hi. Hi.
Which grade is this?
How do you say hi in your language?
Habari yenu.
Abarien.
Can you wave at our visitor? Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Yes. So this is, which grade is this?
5.
This is grade 5, eh?
5. 5. Okay.
Yeah, they are in
A bit
class.
older.
Yes, I can also take you to another grade.
Yeah, the internet is breaking up a bit. So no, it's okay.
Can you see them?
Hi, little
You
guys.
can see them.
Yes, I can.
Can you see?
Hi.
So this is grade 1 in our primary section. I want now to take you to this. Those are some of the classes in the primary section. You can see our classes are so small, and
But
we
they
are
all seem
still,
so polite and nice and, all in uniforms and behaving well, studying well.
in the morning in our place. These are some of our
Hi.
students.
Hi. Hi.
You can see them, eh?
Yes, I can.
So
They're very cute.
yeah, this is our class. You
Hi.
can see the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You can say hi to the teacher. Can you see the
Hi,
teacher?
teacher. Yes, I can. Hi.
Yes. Yes, that is our. Then this is grade 3 in the primary section, eh? So we have other grades, but because of time, probably I can take you to the preschool, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, to the preschool.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So this is our the preschool. This is PP2.
Oh, hi.
Can you say hi to our?
Hi.
Yeah, this is our PP2 class,
So small.
and now the last one. These are the small babies that we enroll. This is PP1 and play group. These are the small babies we enroll.
Hi, babies.
Can you say hi?
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, this is. Yes.
Hi. Hello.
Can you say hello?
Hello. Hi.
Mwambieni habari yako.
Habari yako. Abariako. 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 Sorry, I probably don't pronounce it well, but try.
Yeah, those are small babies, eh?
They're so cute.
Yes, those are the small babies. And now, finally, this is where we have our kitchen, where we cook for our learners. You can see that the cooking is still on. Can you be able to see?
I see, yes.
Yeah, this is where we do the cooking for the children. Yeah, and that is basically the primary section. This is where we have we have our primary section and the preschool section of our school. Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much for showing me all of this. It looks amazing. Like
Yeah.
those kids, they're so good, you know?
Yes. So this is where we are basically trying to help our learners so that at least, because we discovered that most of them, if they don't have a school where they can go, they are just perishing in these slums.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah,
Education.
especially those who are coming from backgrounds that are not, they are not able to. Yes.
Yeah, you are, providing so much to them, like changing their whole lives.
Yes.
Yeah, so really, so honorable.
Yeah. These are some of the washrooms for the children. And we are trying to help them actually.
Yeah, you really are, and you really are helping them.
Yeah. So this time I'm now getting back to the office where we began from. Yes.
Yeah, this is really amazing, and I really hope that you will get, much more funds.
Yeah.
Because you're doing a wonderful job here.
Yeah, we are
so trying. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for the interview. I really appreciate it, and thank you for showing me around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you also. I appreciate for your time and for interviewing me, and as well as
Of
being
course.
willing
Always.
to be
Yeah,
yes.
we would be happy to put a video on our website and like spread the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.